Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the second cast of the day, the second episode of 1 vs 1 on Angoville. Yes, indeed, we shall be watching two forces clash in Angoville. In the one half, it shall be Nixa fighting for the 3rd Infantry Division. Opposing him shall be Atomic Bugum of the 17th SS. Fighting for the Wehrmacht, and we are seeing what looks like perhaps a forward barracks start, which of course means 3 pioneers, except he only has 2 pioneers. At the moment this is getting a bit peculiar, but there we go. Pioneers are rushing into that building after they've secured the new strategic point, and I imagine they will be setting up a forward barracks in the name of the fatherland. Meanwhile, we are of course seeing Nixa taking also 3 engineers start himself. Well, again, thought he would have gone for a 3 pioneer start when you go for 4 barrack start. That is what you usually do, but apparently not Atomic Bugum. Meanwhile, we are seeing now riflemen on the way after the barracks is up. Engineers continue to secure points, going for the munitions, going for the fuel. Come on, train something. But there we go, the forward barracks is up. And that of course means we'll be seeing plenty of Volksgrenadiers soon. Plenty. In fact, we are of course seeing the pioneers. We are seeing a bit of sandbags up as well. Atomic Bugum clearly preparing positions. He's again rather expecting a rather aggressive American start, and thus wants to ensure there's something in the beginning. Interesting to note. Still nothing there. But there we go, first Volksgrenadier squad out. The 1st infantry unit from the Panzergrenadiers. Again, so moving about. 3 engineers squad continuing to secure large part of the map. Pioneers are getting engaged by engineers. Could deny Atomic Bugum this rather vital fuel point right from the beginning. Volksgrenadiers getting engaged by riflemen. Volksgrenadiers getting pushed back. And pioneers are taking heavy losses. Oh, looks like they do manage, but they also need to get out of there. 1 Volksgrenadier squad down. Oh, pioneers did not survive. The Volksgrenadiers managed to get back behind the sandbags, although 1 poor bastard, Heinz, died. Not really looking too good. Another Volksgrenadier squad out. Still nothing from there. Volksgrenadiers reinforced due to the nice location of that forward barracks, which is definitely aiding them. Rushing towards the east to deal with some engineers trying to steal vital munitions to the Wehrmacht course. Immediately coming under some pretty brutal fire. Additional rifleman squad on the field. Nixa are doing alright, securing half the map already soon. Although all of his riflemen are on the west, while all of the Volksgrenadiers doing terrible things, so his engineers are in the east. So something might want to be done about that. Still no pioneers additional. Again, usually you do see only 3 pioneers for such a start, and that's rather what I'm constantly looking for, but apparently he has decided not to, which does strike me as a bit odd, but there you go. And also doing a bit of barbed wire here. He's ensuring, of course, he can't be so easily hit, making it much harder for his opponent, of course, to move about, which is again a bit of a clever move. Mines there. Rifleman hanging about, more riflemen arriving. He's up to 3 rifleman squads now. 15 Volksgrenadiers, and they're laying down more wire. In fact, laying down a bit of a more interesting position. Not to just stop move, because he still wants to be able to move here. What he wants to do clearly is just impede the movement of his opponent, making it much easier for him to sort of defend. And again, note, standing in negative cover makes your troops easier to hit and damage. Also note, doing stuff like cutting wire, building buildings, repairing all that makes also applies. So doing stuff like that in the middle of the road tends to get you killed pretty easily, in particular when faced with 15 Volksgrenadiers. Small engagement over here. Pioneers running into problem. Riflemen and engineers with flamethrowers, pushing those away, and now we are seeing 20 Volksgrenadiers out on the field. That's quite a bit of Volksgrenadiers. Riflemen sneaking in from behind, thus forcing Atomic Bugum to split up his Volksgrenadiers, taking up position here and there. Oh, some in the structure, some not. BARs also ready, nicely timed. Sandbags up, rifleman running past though this building, right in the broadside, taking quite some losses. Engineers and Volksgunners fighting off here. Engineer down. Volksgunners taking some pretty brutal losses. And caught on the wrong side of the heavy cover, they just bothered laying down, getting pushed back towards the forward barracks. Forward barracks, they're still there, and of course the squad inside. Rifle Corps once more caught in front of it, taking some nasty losses. And getting pushed away. A small victory for the Wehrmacht, although quite brutal for both sides. Mine goes off as the retreat, killing one more. And there we go, we are seeing the Kampfkraftcenter going up. Volksgunners is partly reinforcing, then rushing up to the forward barracks to continue the fight. Additional riflemen on the way for Nixar. And meanwhile the Volksgunners are pushing up the pressure on the riflemen. Riflemen pulling back slightly. Not really doing too well. Volksgunners staying in cover largely. More Volksgunners moving in, engineers moving in from behind, running into the Volksgunners. Also note negative cover actually provides protection against flamethrowers. Fun little fact. And there you go, the riflemen have lost to the 10 Volksgunners getting pushed back. They were not able to really get off a good position. Kampfkraftcenter done, so that might soon mean some veterancy for the German troops. And going for the cut-off point, but these riflemen do manage to stop it, causing quite some losses to the Volksgunners. 3-man down. So that was not quite in the favour of Bugum, though he still holds the 2 victory points and has a reasonably defensible position, which should help when the riflemen with the BARs charge in for Uncle Sam.
A fuel point is being seized.
Sneaking up a bit. Go for the fuel point down there. Bit of harassment. And Volksgunners moving in to deal with these riflemen trying to go for the victory point. More moving up. That many more. Looks like he's actually training some pioneers now. He's actually trained now. He's up to 3 pioneers. Interesting, mining the road. Good. Good. This is a pretty good spot to mine, in fact. Partly because it's pretty much the crossroads of this, I mean an intersection, but also because, again, vehicles tend to take roads since that moves faster. I mean, if you can, of course. And it makes sense. So, mining roads also tend to have that good chance of disabling vehicles. Rather than pushing up here, and here we go. A large assault. Bogum's Volksgunners are pushing back. They do have veterancy 1, which helps one very tiny bit. Pulling back towards the forward barracks. Mine goes off, aiding the retreat. Pulling back towards the heavy cover, perhaps. Rather than just keep streaming in. And if they had grenades now, that would be absolutely brilliant. They'd be able to bombard the Volksgunners as they pile up behind the heavy cover. Riflemen are taking heavy losses, but so the Volksgunners, in fact, they are taking the heaviest losses and are getting pushed back. 1 squad left behind. And they are quite simply overwhelmed. But they do manage to get a few riflemen before the retreat. Still pretty bloody in this case, though. Nixar definitely holds the advantage. Now proceeding to secure the most of the map, but at the same time, Bugum unleashes the pioneers towards the west. Krieg backs up at the same time. Volksgunners need to reinforce. And of course, he might also want to consider, if he has munitions for it, getting some MP40s. Particularly when he's going into this close quarters. Infantry has been chosen for Nixar. He is laying down some mines. That's good. Laying it down right in front of your opponent's eyes. Less good. Fighting moves in. Rifleman dropped. Might want to get some into the forward barracks right there. Get some protection from the structure. And we're seeing sandbags good, although a bit earlier might have been better. Riflemen taking losses. In the meanwhile, Bugum's pioneers are securing most of the map. Volksgunners taking some severe thrashings. Will there be a suppressive volley? I mean, he could go for it. It could, yes, indeed. That might be what's happening, although cover is helping a bit. Oh dear, Bugum's losing a Volksgrenadier squad. That's one infantry squad gone. Riflemen, several of them have veterancy 1, which is definitely also helping. Mines go off, and the Pioneers continue securing points. In fact, securing the other half of the map, while Nixa's riflemen are being pushed back with heavy losses. No doctrine for Bugum. The Pioneers definitely did the trick. They've probably rather subverted Nixa's movements, since he didn't bother holding this, and of course now while Bugum himself can't hold it, it's going to mean time spent by Nixa retaking it all, and of course in the meanwhile Bugum's going to get that much more resources.
Volksgrenadier reporting territory captured.
So points being secured, and the 17th are moving out once more. Troops advancing for the fatherland. And glory and biscuits. Pulling up behind one of the barbed wire defenses, running into some riflemen, although they are clearly not in condition to fight and thus quickly retreat. Nice move, but again, this little maneuver by those 3 Pioneers has rather turned things around, and there were absolutely no defenses, not even a single mine to stop these Pioneers from rushing at all. And in fact, now he holds the few points, all the high munitions points as well. This is an absolute blow to Nixa. Pretty sure he did not anticipate that, and he just held so much of the map. Now it's all been thrown to the winds. Although he still did get 1 Volksgrenadier squad. So suppose that could be considered something. Tank depot going up. Volksgrenadiers left. No sandbags, though. It might have been an idea to actually lay down some sandbags, you know, when you can, to sort of make it easier, but no, instead they are being forced back to the other Volksgrenadiers. 15 man versus 16 riflemen, some with veterancy 1, which of course increases veterancy. And this squad could be in trouble getting gunned down. They need to retreat. They're already down to half health. Exposed versus 18 riflemen with BARs. Yeah, I think that might have been too late. No. 1 man oh, mine goes off. It had not been discovered, and the Volksgrenadier died. That's another squad down. Grenadiers are already from the fort barracks. And now the Americans are advancing towards the west to retake, although they're not secured the cutoff point. Bunker going out, and of course a medic bunker early on would have been great when he had all those Volksgrenadiers, but apparently he never got around to it. Still now it's not a bad time. And indeed, riflemen trying to lay down some mines, though they are spotted. The Volksgrenadiers and Grenadiers pushing on to prevent such desecration of what's supposed to be German soil, or at least part of the Reich. Doing well. Riflemen could themselves also lay down some sandbags, provide them, a nice little trick can be to use the light cover to protect yourself while you're laying down sandbags, thus ensuring it's not completely so hazardous. I occasionally do it and it works alright. Riflemen are now taking losses. Grenadiers at the front, at the forefront of the fight. Americans are making progress in the west again.
Do you need any construction?
We are losing territory.
Looks like Pioneers are being rushed in to contain this. Though I doubt they will be able to do much damage, and rushing straight into the flamethrower. Burning the krauts. Bugum knows having none of that. In the meanwhile, the Volksgrenadiers are pushing on with some Grenadier support. Again, could have been an idea for Nixa to actually use his rifles to lay down sandbags, which he did earlier, but apparently he's decided not to bother anymore. What you do think is definitely a misstep, as otherwise he could probably have won against all of this. Now it's a bit more in the air, although he's still winning, but perhaps he could have done so with less casualties. Wounded, lots of wounded. Pioneers pushed back by a rifleman squad. And the riflemen are themselves getting pushed back. Now Grenadiers are joining in, more and more Grenadiers. Veterancy 2 riflemen doing what they can. 18 kills already and then retreating. And we are seeing one Volksgrenadier squad getting equipped with MP40s. The machine pistol 40. The great German submachine gun. Veterancy 2 on the way for the infantry. That's definitely going to help the grenadiers. Grenadiers, not so much. They can still do alright, I suppose. And there we go, the MP40s. Opening up on the riflemen. Perhaps trying to flank them. Weapon support sending yet. He hasn't really... Oh yes, using the tank depot, but I'd not recommend, you know, just going for that. I mean, a Sherman tank early on might actually have been a better idea. Could perhaps have done more damage to the Germans, or the Nama packet still. Could do something, in particular since the West is pretty pack-less. Grenadier squad reform, thus giving 3 grenadiers. Things are quickly turning to the advantage of Bugum, and of course Nixon could himself, of course, consider getting a medic station to aid in that endeavour. Stopping that, and of course, Fulton goes with MP40s moving up to the riflemen. Will the riflemen stop them? More riflemen moving in, lots more, and there we go, full retreat from Bugum's infantry. There we go, Sherman. Ready. Mine hit, stopping these grenadiers just briefly. Very briefly. Riflemen moving in. Will the Sherman arrive to assist? Or will he just sit about? There we go. Finally moving out. Mines going off. Oh, getting quite a few riflemen, pinning them down. More Volksguns and Grenadiers moving in to stop this. Good job. Good move right here, of course, going for the cutoff point. Panzergrenadiers, no, not being... Oh, thought they were. Never mind. But there we go. Sherman moving in. Getting off a nice kill. There we go. Panzergrenadiers. Minesweepers moving up. Good timing. Otherwise, that German would have been detracked. Or at least not quite as useful in hunting down that German infantry. Just push on, Nixa.
The enemy advances.
A second Sherman might be an idea to, you know, really sort of push the offense. Instead, though, looks like he's getting up a machine gun emplacement to protect the eastern victory point. Let us just beat this up a bit. Going to be a long game, in fact. Another pack ready. Fulton is losing to the rifleman once more. Lots of riflemen moving in. Pioneers in trouble, in peril, in fact, but they themselves are getting attacked by grenadiers. And some false grenadiers. Suppress the volleys again and again. Grenades. Nixa would be of great help, I think. Sherman moving up, getting off some nice kills. Although Pack has moved up. So of course Mr. Nixon has to be careful.
They must have raided the Hilfsschule to find your replacements.
And he does seem to be very careful. Still no doctrine though from Bugum. I do feel that's a bit of a mistake. Blitzkrieg or Terror would work nicely in this situation, I think. And there we go. Pack gets off a good shot. So does the Sherman, though. 2 grenadiers down. Oh, another excellent hit. Gaining veterans 1 for the Sherman. It's absolutely on fire today. In the non-literal sense. For now. And there we go. Just tearing through. And a 30 caliber. Oh, that's the machine gun. Another machine gun emplacement. He's rather securing the vital points. Making it much harder, of course, for Bugum to advance. Which is certainly not a bad idea. Though, of course, I do think he might also want to consider investing more resources in Sherman tanks. Or getting some grenades, or perhaps a supply upgrade, perhaps both, perhaps also medic stations. There's a lot of things. I just don't think he should be flooding resources. Medics getting sniped. Pack getting assaulted. Could get sorted out. Rush in, send in the Sherman as well. And of course, if you can decrew the Pack, take it away. There we go. German infantry moving in. Just get the other left. Oh, never mind. Volkskriegs moving up right in front of the 30 caliber. Oh, these grenadiers need to get out of there. There's just one man left. More troops moving up. Sniper a bit on his own.
Artillery support is waiting to get go.
Looks like artillery has just been prepared. But again, don't float resources, Nixa. Don't float resources. Another poor sapped of his life. Looks like we might be seeing an assault towards the north. Not really a lot to stop them there, which could work. But again, do be careful about floating resources, in particular stuff like 600 manpower and 120 fuel, which could have been used on another Sherman to push the assault, or upgrades for the riflemen, or supplied upgrades, or even an upgrade for the Sherman. There's lots of things he could be using his resources on, but he's not doing it at all, which I do think is an absolute waste. To be quite frank. And the pack here seems not to have been secured, actually. Quite interesting. And Nixa does seem a bit more passive in the west than he probably ought to be. Mine goes off. Again, floating resources, very bad, very bad. Volkskriegs counter-attacking and sending those dirty riflemen running home back to their mummies.
Artillery support is now available.
Volkskriegs pushing in against the riflemen. Have to be careful, have to be careful. There we go, suppressive volley, stopping the Volkskriegs right in their tracks. Gaining veterancy 2 for the riflemen. In fact, Nixa has 2 riflemen squads of veterancy 2. Again, might be an idea to get stuff moving. Now getting a howitzer. These riflemen need to consider retreating. They're getting outnumbered. Lots of grenadiers, lots of Volksgrenadiers pushing in for the fatherland, for the Reich, for the Götz von Berlichingen. More mines, again, good usage of mines and barbed wire. And it was also nice to see both sides actually using sandbags, although again I do feel the American has fallen off a bit by not continuing to use it. Sandbags can really give you a huge advantage if you know what you're doing. Pack there, Pioneers there. Pack has been recruited, sadly again. Nixa was way too passive, too slow, and not aggressive enough, not showing enough aggression. In fact, there we go, streaming in now towards the west. Bugum launching up for another assault. Will the Sherman be able to stop it with its 75mm gun? Riflemen taking quite some losses. Grenadiers converging. And Sherman actually retreating. Come on, you cowardly Sherman. But then again, that was not uncommon, particularly in the later stages of the war. American armor crews were getting pretty skittish and had a tendency of actually quickly retreating rather than risk actually getting knocked out, which caused some enmity between American tankers and American infantrymen, because the others thought the other was a bunch of cowards and sissies and all that. So that really didn't help with armor and infantry cooperation. Advancing up here towards the west, mortar rounds falling in. Looks like a Granatenwerfer is up.
They're going after a fuel point.
And some off-map artillery stopping quite a few grenadiers right there. Sherman might want to pull up to support the American infantry. Looks like a bike has arrived, apparently trying to stop that American sniper, which has been harassing. Looks like a German sniper has arrived as well. Wehrmacht quarters up to supply that. Sherman keeps killing away. 13 kills already. Max joining in. Only 1 kill for the anti-tank and enemy howitzer. And again, don't float resources. You know, again, supplied upgrade would be great, particularly now they're only getting 280 now per minute. So again, the supply upgrade would do great. Plus, of course, gain more veterancy for your infantry, meaning you could get veterancy 3 a lot quicker for your riflemen. So again, that would be a great choice. Plus, of course, a medic station, stuff like that. Howitzer going in against the German position right here with the mortar. One mortar crewman dead. Engineers probably going to die now. And the forward barracks collapses. Looks like Nixer is getting pushed back. Grenadiers moving up, running straight into the Sherman. 50 caliber just hammering away. Sniper dead. And vet 22 for the Sherman, increasing penetration. But that's currently not the main issue. Advanced containing 30 caliber bunker machine gun emplacement, doing quite its best to stop the Grenadiers, although they have managed to do some damage to the Riflemen. And Rifleman squad down for Nixar, and a BAR secured for the Grenadiers. That's going to be a problem. Nothing else though in the German base encampment. Bunker going up, probably trying to set up a machine gun emplacement here in return to sort of say up yours with machine gun emplacements. Another sniper up for Nixar, but again, Sherman really would be great. I know the Sherman could do a lot of damage, but also outmaneuver those packs, which are rather on their own. Artillery called in against a bunker.
Enemy unit
Pioneer down. Another Pioneer, in fact, could be going down if the Riflemen bother with them. And there we go. Bugum just lost 2 Pioneer squads. Riflemen retreating here from the east. Is that got life? No, that's a German sniper. Mortar still firing away, though. Sherman ready to move once more, and again supply upgrade would be great next. Again, you do seem to have a nasty habit of floating resources. I would not advise that, because again, resources floated are resources that are not used, meaning essentially, while you think in theory, well, I have plenty of resources, trouble is, on the battlefield, you have less resource on your opponent if he actually uses his, meaning, of course, then you lose your resources, and then, of course, you bring, oh, well, I'll bring in those from the manpower pool, but again, you'll still have less resources because you lost, because you didn't have enough on the battlefield. Always have enough on the battlefield, or otherwise, you might actually end up losing all you have there, and then, of course, all the manpower you have saved up is not going to do anything. Sherman under fire again.
Enemy unit down.
Looks like some poor bastard died again. 4 kills for the howitzers. Sherman killing away at the Grenadiers as they move up.
Lines are broken. We have territory out of supply.
Although so far not having much luck in actually hitting. But there we go. 50 caliber tank through those nasty Grenadiers. Rifle moving in from the rear. And there we go, another Grenadier dead. 18 kills for the Sherman. Another. Well, that was a false Grenadier, I think. Or perhaps it was a Grenadier, hard to say. And more kills, more kills. 21 kills for the Sherman. Might actually soon have earned itself in. Plus soon gain veterancy 3. No supply upgrades, come on, get them. Propaganda war, though, pulsing back some part of the force. And there we go, veterancy 3 for this Sherman, and he's floating a lot of resources. Almost 1,000 manpower, Nixer. Use it, for heaven's sake, use it. Even get another howitzer, just use it. Floating that much manpower is doing you no good. Absolutely no good. I mean, imagine if you'd had a few more Shermans or something else, you could have protected all this. You could have not lost this. Instead, you have almost close to 1,000 manpower doing nothing. Instead, giving your opponent the advantage. Again, do not float manpower if possible. And it's not like you have population problems. Just spend it on troops, upgrades, grenades, supply upgrades, Sherman upgrades, even get the smoke upgrades for all I care. I mean, that can actually do a bit. Now use it to outmaneuver your opponent, use it to outmaneuver the packs. And of course grenades to deal with all this clumped up infantry, but for some reason Nixon seems absolutely unable to sort of fathom it. And let's just speed things up a bit. German counterattack consisting of 1 Grenadier moving in. Terror has of course been chosen. Now Inspired Assault and Firestorms being ready. Mines going down. Nix at least is good on using mines. Mortar pulling away a bit. More artillery fire. against the medic bunker. A half-track pulling up to support. Panzergrenadiers support. Probably just one of the 17th half-tracks which they somehow have. Grenadiers holding out. Lots of fire against this position. Bunker down. Infantry ready to fight again. Some taking those some pretty severe losses. Trying to flank this place, but they are getting sniped at. Quite a bit of resource, and we are seeing veterans free now on the way for the infantry. And Panzergrenadiers, but again these Grenadiers need to get away, otherwise they're going to get sniped. And the sniper apparently can't get around to doing so. No, he's apparently just having a break. Sure, moving up, but I fear it might be too late. Come on, use the sniper, mate. Sniper. Snipe him, snipe him, snipe him. Oh, what a waste, what a waste. And meanwhile, the Germans are pushing up, heavily securing the pack, which was otherwise just knocked out by artillery. But again, Nixer does seem to be a pair passive, and again, not using his resources, man. Which has allowed Bugum to pull up once more, using the half-track, of course, to establish a nice strong point, which is then slowly rolling upwards towards the enemy base. 30 caliber doing its best to stop. In fact, doing quite a bit to these Grenadiers there. Almost down to half health already, despite, you know, veterans free. Down to half health there, down to 3 men. 30 caliber Jeep keeps firing. Less than half health. Oh, grenade goes off, killing one, leaving the others heavily wounded. Other troops are flanking. Again, more resources, really short. They couldn't have been flanked. 30 caliber dead. Grenadiers getting pushed back. Artillery firing away. 57mm gun, I mean, firing away. Flanking through here. And the half-track actually went down, probably to artillery. Taking through here. Grenadiers taking heavy losses. False Grenadiers, everyone's taking heavy losses. Veterans free for a rifleman squad of Nixas. Looks like he's finally bothered with a supplied upgrade. Finally. Rifleman causing absolutely huge losses. Panzergrenadier left behind would be a good move for the veterans free riflemen to secure. So they get that Panzergrenadier with a 50% damage bonus. That is huge, ladies and gentlemen. That means you actually have a Panzergrenadier that's better than the Wehrmacht's.
Our forward supply lines are broken.
Ready for the struggle.
And I suspect we might be seeing a V1 rocket since the sniper's sneaking up. He has terror and he's going for the right hand side, so anytime soon I imagine we'll be seeing a V1 streaming towards this place ready to do some damage.
Clear the breach and get ready to load.
Speeding things up a bit, but again, Nixa stop floating, start attacking and spending.
Pioneers, all present unaccounted for.
Tank depot going up for Bugum. Pushing outwards once more. 30 caliber again. I'm not entirely convinced of his placement of it. It's a bit too far without support and it quickly gets knocked out. I mean, you have to sort of remember it's a support weapon. And it does need to work in conjunction with other units, in particular the American does. Grenadiers taking heavy losses to artillery fire. Already 2 men gone. Grenadier squad dead. And there we go, the V1 rocket. Blasting away the howitzer. Machine gun emplacement. And the anti-tank gun got knocked out as well. A pretty huge blow to Nixa. Again, I do believe partly due to his floating of manpower and lack of aggression. There goes some more Grenadier force moving in, pushing in, getting sniped though. Where is the Sherman, by the way? Why is he not using it again? Nixa, use your resources. On field and off field. Has he finally bothered with some grenades? Come on, move the Sherman up, man. And German sniper reveals himself, could be killed by the American. No. But the Sherman does the trick. Leaving Bugum with some pretty broken infantry units. They might soon get... Yes, a Panther. Panzergrenadiers 5 aus der Panzerlehr. Still though, Nixon needs to push now. He's caused some losses. Of course, he's also lost a bit, but again, spend some resources. Counter-attack, take as much back from the opponent. Make him bleed.
Pioneer team ready.
For heaven's sake, Nixon.
Ready to punch back the Yankees.
Panzergrenadiers 5 on the way. Mines there, that's nice to see. Speeding things up a bit. And the howitzers up.
Attention. The enemy advances.
I don't know if I can hold it. Heavy Panzer operational. Victory point is now held by Germany.
And a bit of artillery here trying to stop the German advance here from taking points. And there we go, Panzergrenadiers 5. Panzer, no veterans on the way forward though. Oh wait, there we go, veterans 1. Grenadiers, lavishly equipped with BARs, are moving up. Panther and Sherman dueling. Again, had the Sherman perhaps been upgunned, it might have had a better chance against the Panther. Currently though, it's going to be lucky if it can actually penetrate the frontal armor, even with its veteran 2 penetration bonus. Tank destroyer, they're moving up. Grenadiers here taking heavy losses. Riflemen, oh, veteran 3 almost down. Gods. Looks like someone just died, probably a pioneer squad. And another veteran 3 rifleman squad up for Nixa as he's tearing through all of these grenadiers. Lots of grenades getting exchanged. 30 caliber gone again. Tank destroyer probably not going to make it. Panther rolling onwards. American armor in dire need of repairs. And there we go, tank destroyer's pretty much a dead fish in the water.
We're losing a sector. You have 200 points.
And artillery getting called in a firestorm. Oh dear, this is rather horrific for Nex and his force, and against the sniper also seems to be sort of left onto his own devices. Not really awe-inspiring either. There you go, a bit of artillery. Riflemen moving up. Panzergrenadiers and riflemen in tow. Small force moving up. Malta has been cleared out.
B is in. Troops can now make sticky bombs.
And sticky bombs have now been prepared again. He's floating resources. Come on, man. How about you stop floating for once in your life? Looks like these veterans of 3 riflemen are going to risk it with the sticky bomb before the retreat. And Ostwind flak panzers have arrived. Destroyed engine on the Panther. Again, lots of resources being floated.
Cut forward supply lines.
And mine goes off, perhaps. No, still not finished. Fascinating.
All right, men, time for the fight. Rifles at the ready.
Howitzer firing once more. At what, though, I have no idea. Perhaps trying to hit the location of the Panther, but Bugum sensibly has already begun moving his Panther, now veterans in 2, to a more safe location so he can repair it.
Krauts are grabbing territory from us.
Certainly anticipating that his Panther would be an artillery target. And if he loses that Panther, he's pretty much buggered at the moment. Sherman repaired, still not upgunned. Come on, Nix, upgun it. And looks like he's pulling off an assault against the Panther, though he is pretty low on numbers. And there's a pack waiting to aid. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. And the Sherman just continues. Volkswagen is moving up. Pack cleared out. Sherman in trouble. Having trouble again. Had he been upgunned, he might have had a better chance. Panzerfaust and Sherman gone. What a waste. Panther, though, immobilized.
Enemy unit down.
Just stop moving. Sticky bombs. Panzergrenadiers actually having trouble penetrating the armor. Destroyed engine. Another sticky bomb. Ostwind moving in. Just get those riflemen out of there. Retreat. And I suspect that was too late. And he's just lost his veterancy free rifle squad with a Panzergrenadier. And the others taking heavy losses. Nixon, again, you're floating so ungodly much. Had again you not been floating, had you been able to use those resources to aid in this assault, you might not have lost 2 veterancy free units. Unit preservation, man. You seem like you're addicted to just calling in off-map combat groups, not really caring when you can just get it replaced. Which is not really going to help you in the long run. And apparently the tank destroyer does not bother finishing off the Ostwind. Engine damage due to mines. Panzergrenadiers moving in against some riflemen who have now retreated most hastily. And the Ostwind trying to stay as long as live as possible.
We have the point, and we're damn well gonna keep it.
Floating resources again, which we have stated is a bad thing. Greyhound down, although the Ostwind might also go down.
Enemy unit down.
And right in front of the 30 caliber,
100 points.
immediately all suppressed. Artillery fire also launching in. Grenades. Artillery not really doing much in this case. Tank destroyer in trouble. Looks like he's hoping for another off-map combat group. And again, some American players do seem to sort of get the idea that once they have the off-map combat group, they can just rely on that, which can really get them in a lot of trouble.
Down 1 tank. The Germans are seizing territory from us.
As again, tank destroyers are not tanks. And sometimes you just need a good old-fashioned tank. Which Nixon doesn't have because he threw that away. Base is pretty vulnerable. 2 anti-tank guns.
Got hostiles in the compound.
Howitzer
Base
cleared
under
out.
attack.
And there we go, another V1 rocket.
Territory from us.
This is going to end badly. Yes, indeed. Howitzer gone. And then the base building gone, in fact. Not really looking good.
Observation post.
Looks like the 17th are scoring today's victory by now. Ostwind though is cornered like a rat.
Enemy unit down.
And it is gone.
Taking one of our points.
Nixon does have a lot of units left though, so I suppose he could pull something off, but it's not really looking too bright for him. Another BAR secured for the fatherland. And suppressive fire. Reds are quite holding out as best as they can, but also getting suppressed, in fact taking heavy damage from some of the veterancy free rifle. Grenade also goes off.
Took the objective and Jared didn't even notice.
sweep towards the east. Flamethrower engineers and a sniper. Towards the west, riflemen, veterans free, some not. Grenade could be useful. No support really, no Panzer IV either, that could work. And the grenade kills one, but the Grenadiers and Volksgrenadiers are taking heavy and heavy losses. The MP40 fellows though still firing away madly. And 30 kills for the Grenadiers, 24 for the Volksgrenadiers. Pushed away. Another veterancy free squad for Nixa. Oh! The engineer squad went down, Sniper was nowhere in sight. 30 caliber watching the headrows for suspected Nazi movements, though not necessarily the most efficient thing to do. And there's nothing here to hold this area, which it could have been doing alongside that sniper, but apparently not. So there we go, moving.
Down to 300 points.
Another propaganda war.
Our front lines are collapsing.
That turned into a pretty brutal massacre. Some riflemen quickly rushed in to contain this madness, then pretty much slaughtered. 30 caliber sorted out as well, and getting secured by the Germans. Which should help in protecting against American attacks. Tree center up.
Time to kill some crowd.
Again, not really looking very strong for Nixa. He's all of a sudden now lost a lot of units. He's still not bothering replacements again. He's pretty much hoping for the off-map combat group to provide him salvation, security, and I know something.
They opened up on us. We're being hit by crowd infantry.
Sniper's only managed 8 kills. What a waste! And looks like a Königstiger has arrived from the Panzergrenadiers reserves. That's definitely going to be a nightmare for Nixa. Put mildly. Rangers out. Not an off-map combat group. Anti-tank are left behind, but German infantry are charging in. Lots of Ritterkreuz and some Grenadiers. That anti-tank gun is definitely
Base is under enemy fire.
gone. Also, he secured a BAR with some Ritterkreuz, but I mean, you're usually better off not doing so, as I do believe it actually lowers their combat effectiveness.
Enemy unit down.
It's better off you actually use it for Volksgrenadiers and Grenadiers to actually increase their amount of firepower. Some Volksgrenadiers taking unbelievable heavy losses down here. Base though getting wiped out by the German infantry and of course the Königstiger. The Tiger 2.
Sniper taking fire.
Sniper finally doing a bit of damage, and looks like the Americans are swinging about here, perhaps trying to go for the victory point, and he is 44 points away from winning against Bugum, so of course he might be hoping for that, and I do believe it's time to actually have a look at Bugum. Boogie Bugum. King Tiger in the meanwhile causing havoc in the American base. Mortar fire and MG firing against the Americans. Grenadiers and Ritterkreuz lining up to counterattack and retake that victory point in the name of the fatherland. Will they succeed?
We're ready.
24 kills. 31. 6.
Target destroyed.
And some more poor bastards killed. Rushing past the 30 caliber. And artillery getting called against King Tiger. All the riflemen running right past him at the same time. Off-map combat group. Anti-tank gun and tank destroyer. Lots of heavy fire. firestorm against the American headquarters right as the veterancy free rifle now. Oh dear. Will they survive or will they die? Looks like they do manage to pull it off just barely. Getting stopped here though by the 30 caliber, preventing a full up retreat. No, the tank destroyer moves in on its own. Mortar probably trying to bombard. No, the tank destroyer moves in to deal with the 30 caliber in the house. Not being able to stand the offense of a German wielding an American weapon. Rangers and sniper trying to hold out here, but they're quickly pushed off.
We are ready to close with the enemy.
And the sniper, as usual, doesn't really do much.
Defend the fatherland until death.
Looks like some poor bastard died. King Tiger trying to get away. Tank destroyer not really wanting to finish the job. So he might risk getting killed. Although he could, of course, just run around it. It's not unusual to see. Apparently not for Nixar. These veterans free riflemen need to get out of it. Oh dear. Oh, he lost another veterans free rifleman squad. Unit preservation, Nixar. Unit preservation. Oh dear. Not really looking good for him. Rather looks like this to a larger extent is the end. Anti-tank guns sorted out. Tanks are not really managing much. And the remainder of Nixar's infantry are looking pretty banged up. Sniper keeps on killing. Speeding things up again. King Tiger being prepared. Bugum moving up, I suppose. And again, going for the victory points. He's hoping to drain Bugum.
Incoming gunfire.
Rifleman and sniper. German sniper out. Mortar as well. Another off-map combat group, slightly more combat oriented. Another tank destroyer, several riflemen, and a mortar.
They're losing territory.
Can a Nixar turn this around?
Sharpshooter here.
More snipers out for Bugum, another propaganda war. Riflemen rushing in at the snipers and the Volksgrenadiers. Tank destroyer trying to crush the sniper. Oh, he gets him, but he's running straight into a Pack 38, hitting the rear.
50 points left.
Looks like this tank destroyer is going to go. Kaboom! And there we go. A mortar round knocks it out. A mortar round, my goodness. That was fun. American base is pretty much in ruins.
Americans are seizing territory from us.
Riflemen charging in, tank through the Ritterkreuz and the Grenadiers. German infantry taking some nice loss. A grenade right in the middle of it. Ooh, Grenadiers down, Ritterkreuz forced away. And another defensive line going up, a bunker. Pioneers holding on to the King Tiger and Ritterkreuz. And again, both sides are very low on victory points. Either side could perhaps win this if they could just hold either 2 points for just a bit longer. Although looks like Mr. Nixar might want to consider just focusing on the east and just holding that for as long as possible. On one last mad gambit. But let's return to Nixar. Bit of talking there.
We're down to 25 points.
Looks like it's now Nixar losing. Yes, indeed. played and game over. A loss to the 3rd Infantry Division. The 17th were able to score a victory despite heavy losses amongst its own troops and those attached to it. And of course, I mean, what won this game partly? I mean, it was early on, you know, the forward barracks, the good use of barbed wire and sandbags, which rather won things over there. And later on, though, as the game progressed, it was partly Nixon's failure to, of course, use the sandbags, which he initially used, but then somehow forgot. Partly no use of medic stations. Too late upgrade of the supply, way too late, and definitely not good enough use of his tank depot. I mean, he really put too much resource in things he probably shouldn't have. And the off-map combat groups, I mean, became a huge manpower sink when in some cases he was better off getting more units directly from tank depot and then sort of, you know, using them more directly. I mean, he lost some units partly because he rather wanted to use the off-map combat groups rather than his own buildings. And he lost valuable units. That was the worst thing. He lost a lot of valuable units in senseless ways. Poor unit preservation and terrible resource management. So there you go. Do hope you enjoyed this game. If you did, why not subscribe and tell your friends? And if you didn't, well, why not send in a replay of your own? This is Imperial Dane saying cheers.